Hello, guys. What's going on? A very, very nervy end to that game. I hope everybody's blood pressure is okay. We managed to get the job done. United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Red card to Casemiro, goal from Bruno Fernandes, goal from Marcus Rashford, they got a goal back through Jeffrey Slupp, which made it a very nervy end. Sam, how would you assess that game? Talk to me. We're going to go through incidents individually, but as a whole, how did you feel about that game?
Felt like we got away with it. Like 3 points there. Felt like do you know when we used to do like a snatch and grab, and we'd like sort of score 2 quick goals, but we wouldn't really dominate the game. That game we absolutely dominated for most of the game up until the Casemiro incident, and then the last sort of however minutes was left was just hanging on for dear life basically. I thought a lot of players did really well with it, though. I thought a lot of players did fantastic defensive work, fantastic sticking it in the corner, etc. Really, really good. Like, worked hard, really well. I don't think there was a lot of opportunities, like massive opportunities for Crystal Palace towards the end. They chucked a lot of stuff in the box, but I think David Hay made like 1 save, and they scored the goal. And I think that was it. It was just the threat of that happening, obviously being down to 10 men, but. Yeah, hard-earned victory, that. Very hard-earned. And that's probably the toughest test Ten Hag's faced for a long time in terms of his sort of tenure at Manchester United, because that was tough going. I think under Ollie or under Rangnick or anybody else, we would have folded, then definitely they would have equalised.
Yeah, for sure. Coming into this game, Sam, we obviously thought, we know Palace are a bogey team. With previous games have shown that, and we're slightly apprehensive because of that. But we're at home. You expect us to get the job done, and it felt like it was going like that. It started off really well.
Yep.
5th minute. Any qualms about the penalty shout at all, or was you just straight on it?
No, when it happened, I was like, that's a penalty. His hand's above here. You can't have your hand above there, and then it hit your hand. Yeah, you can't. Like, if it's like here. And he's doing that, you're like, okay, he's trying to get his arm out of the way, whatever.
It's like he's saving it, innit?
But if you put it up here and it hits your hand, you're gonna get handball. There's just no way around it. That's just the way it is. And anybody who's arguing and saying no, it's not a penalty, it's a penalty. It just is.
Yeah.
And you can't argue with it. Great penalty from Bruno. Stepped up. Keeper goes the wrong way. Slots it to the other side. Nice and easy. And you think, all right, cool. First goal, early goal, which is what you want. And we're gonna go on to sort of dominate this game and maybe get another one.
And then the first half was relatively easy. I don't think Palace had any opportunities whatsoever. But it was like, they didn't have a shot. We was dominating the game, one of the most controlled first halves I've seen in a long while. And then, obviously, I think Bruno get his goal just before?
Yeah.
The thing, double check, just before half time, innit?
I know. Right? Is it like the second half?
Oh, no. So, Rashford scored in the 62nd. Apologies. Yeah, and then that happens, and you're like, right, that's it now.
Job done.
Job done. See the game out. Bring on subs. You had Sancho, Sabitzer waiting in the wings. And
Garnacho
stuff, which
came on.
Garnacho came on as well, and you think, yeah, this is it. It's easy. Then a spark erupts between Anthony and Slupp. I think it was fights kicking off everywhere. People pushing, pulling shirts. What was your assessment on the decision of Casemiro with his hands on Will Hughes' neck?
Well, it started. Anthony, he was going out to play, and there was a play. It might have been Eze or somebody like that in his thing, and then Schlupp came in after him and shoved him down towards the advertising hoardings. And obviously Anthony was a bit like, you know what Anthony's like, he's a bit fiery, so he got in his face, started shoving him, and then everybody started coming together. I think Lissandro was involved. Rashford was trying to drag people away, and then Casemiro, I've no idea what he was doing. Don't understand. You can't. I know he's not a vicious player. He's not a violent man. He's not that. But you cannot put your hands around another player's throat. You just can't. It doesn't matter if you're squeezing, if you're not squeezing, if you just got your hands there, wherever it is. You see that on a replay, on a video, like VAR. That's it. You get sent off, and you can't do it. You just can't do it. And people will argue, oh, he didn't actually choke him. He didn't. But you just can't put your hands on another player. Just can't do it. It's just not.
And there's many things coming out of this. Obviously, now he's going to miss the 2 games against Leeds, home and away, and he's going to miss the Leicester game. So then it's question marks because there's no Eriksen, there's no McTominay, there's no Donny. We missed Casemiro now for 3 games, so it's a good job we got fucking Sabitzer in. What did you make of his cameo when he came on?
I thought he did really well. I thought he was good.
Looks good, didn't he?
Does some good stuff. Looks like he slotted straight into the team. Didn't have any issues. Some decent passing. Good defensive work. Seems like really good.
Not the greatest environment to come into either.
No,
is it?
no, I was
Like,
gonna
10
say
man down.
it's a test, isn't it? Like you just 10 man down. By the way, you're gonna have to defend for your life right now.
Yeah.
And, I thought he was decent. Daniel Rice, let's take time to praise a bit. So what a player, already seen what he's capable of doing. Yeah, I thought he was really, really good. It seems like Ayew was holding on to Fresneck too, but never checked. I didn't see that, but I'm going to go back and look at that because if that's the case, then it needs to be. Tadmore, so we're off, wins some game. Man United for life. Yeah, exactly. Danish Iqbal, Casemiro got a red, but next 3 games, 2 against Leeds and 1 against Leicester, we will tackle them. I like the positivity, man. I like the positivity. And then Nation knows what the hell is that? Nation wants to know where was Wan-Bissaka during the brawl. I don't understand that one.
No, again, I didn't. There was that much stuff going on at the time. The only people I was focusing on was the initial one that sparked it, Anthony and Schlupp. And then you see it look back, and then as soon as the ref goes to see the screen, like he did with the penalty, you just know then he's going to look at that. It's in slow motion as well, looks even worse. But you can't put your hands on someone's neck. Someone of Casemiro's experience as well, who's been around the block, he's won everything, pretty much. You just don't expect that. You expect that from more like maybe a Fred or something.
Anthony,
but like,
you'd expect Anthony to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lissandro, I know Lissandro's hot-headed, but he's not had a lot of red cards in his career, as far as I know.
No, he's measured with it.
Yeah, measured with it. So, but if he did it, I'd like, okay, he's finally blown his top. Casemiro, man, it's a weird one. He's lost it.
Especially when you're coasting, you're 2-0 up. Like
he's lost his head. I don't know what he was doing. It's a mistake, and he left his team in the mud. Like he cost us, and he cost our team, and left us fighting for it. And almost cost us a victory with a stupid decision. I hope Ten Hag gets into him and has a go at him because, like you said,
I love a word.
He should know better. Like he should know better than that to do that. Dan Raj is saying Nations wants to know is a famous dialogue in India started by a noisy reporter. Okay, I'm out of the loop. Sorry, I don't watch a lot of Indian reporters.
Thanks for the inside info, Dan. Appreciate it as always. You mentioned Lisandro there, Sam. I do want to keep going through the game chronologically, but Lisandro Martinez, what a fucking performance that was.
Man of the match.
He was unbelievable.
Man of the match.
Man of the match.
Absolute fantastic.
Like one of the best in the league, no doubt in my mind whatsoever. I don't want to hear people chatting to me about other centre backs like Gabriel's and all. I don't give a shit. Lisandro Martinez, on the ball, the amount of tackles, important tackles he made, interceptions, passes, like. Blocks as well. For the guy, for his size and his stature, he has no right in being as good as he is in the Premier League. No right whatsoever. And he's showed real leadership today, a captain's performance again. And without him, I think we might have ended up conceding in that game and drawing. We've got another positive stat coming from this as well, Sam. Erik ten Hag has taken the least amount of games, 34, to reach 25 wins by a United manager in history out of any manager.
Wow.
That's ever managed United, which is a crazy stat.
Also,
and United are still yet to lose a game where Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro started together as well.
Also, shout out, by the way, there's 48 people in the chat. So please, if you're new, please do subscribe, like the channel, like the video, etc. Welcome. Please get your comments and questions in the chat as well. We appreciate all of it. I also want to say, Lisandro as well, I fucking love it that the fight and the brawl was going on. What did he do? He just jumped into the middle of it. I was like, I'm fucking having this. I don't care. I don't know what's happened. I was at the other end of the pitch. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's going on. But he just literally got involved, shoved 2 Crystal Palace players out of the way, got United players out of there. I was like, I fucking love this man. He's absolute fantastic. That's just a side note from his actual performance. But yeah, Lisandro was phenomenal. I think he was by far our best player today. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. It's reckless from Casemiro, no doubt about it. I am just seeing the image here. Jordan Iwu's got his right hand on Fred's neck.
There you go.
During the thing, but it's a stopped picture, so I don't know if he shoved him or.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. We kind of skipped past Rashford as well, scoring again.
Yeah.
He scored the same amount of goals this year, Sam, in 23 as Liverpool and Chelsea combined.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Can we put that in a t-shirt? Let's put that in a t-shirt. That'll be good on a t-shirt. Yeah. Also, I just want to bring up something I was wrong on. I said Rashford's best position is on the left. I'm starting to think it's down the middle.
It's all right, innit?
Honest to God, every time he goes down the middle, he scores. Every time.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems to happen. It just seems to be, he knows what he's doing in that box, and you get that overlap from Shaw with Garnacho, and you get that Wan-Bissaka, and they always seem to find him. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time. I thought Vegas had a bit of a tough game, bit of a poor game
for him.
Wasn't great for him. I know he looked annoyed when he came off. I don't know if it's because of the substitution decision or he just knew that he had a shit game.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, Rashford, good goal, really good build-up play. Shaw with the first-time pass straight into the middle, easy tap in for Rashford. Rashford of last year is skying that over the bar. He's putting it wide. He's missed kicking that, but
Rashford similar to when Garnacho set him up in the derby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very similar.
Yeah. Guys in the chat, let's get commenting. Let me know your man of the match. We're going to get into the ratings, the new rating system in about 10 minutes time, 5-10 minutes time. Just a couple more things to discuss. Let us know your thoughts on the Sandro Martinez, the red card from Casemiro, and how you felt in them last 20 minutes. Because I'm sure, like us, your blood pressure was absolutely over.
Get it out. Get it out yourself. Feel better about yourself. Get it out.
Absolutely. So they get back in it, Sam. Jeffrey Schlupp, the guy who kind of sparked the incident, which led to Casemiro getting sent off in the first place. Was you nervy after that, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Former United trialist, by the way. He was on trial at Man United. Yeah, they scored, and I was like, oh, God, here we go. We've lost Casemiro, and our defensive sort of mindset is completely falling apart, and we're going to absolutely brick it here and end up 2-2 draw. I can see it happening. I think I put it in the chat, and I was just seeing the pressure we were put under, and I think I'm so used to what happened last year under United when we got put under pressure, and we just collapsed instantly. Yeah. I think I have that mindset of just like panicking and stuff like that. But then I think we dealt really well with it. I think there was maybe 2 actual chances of theirs that they had. The Sandro Martinez with important blocks, like quite a few important blocks. I thought interceptions, getting rid of the ball, etc. I don't think they had that many chances, to be honest with you. Like clear-cut chances.
And I think Fred and Sabitzer really helped with that. Obviously, Fred was already on the pitch, but it seemed like he switched. As soon as they lost the man, he was like, I've got to do two-man work here. It turned into a bit of a Kante.
The tackles that Fred was putting in, by the way.
Really,
absolutely fun. Fantastic, like life-saving tackles. Like I think they got on a break on the outside on their right-hand side, and he slid in and just took the ball away and took it out for a throw-in. I was just like, that's fantastic play that from
I thought he was good again today, Fred.
Yeah, could have scored as well. Like he had that opportunity where he just put it just wide of the post. Like he could have scored again.
Yeah, I was impressed with him. Impressed with Sabitzer's cameo. Let me know, guys, what you think about that as well. Came on. We were talking about that bite that he's got, different to Christian Eriksen. You don't see that from Eriksen, do you? Do you know what I mean? No. As soon as he came on, smack straight into the back of a Palace player.
Just have him.
And there was actually an opportunity where he won it. And then played it into Rashford. Rashford was on the counter attack, through on goal, and then the ref calls it back, and I'm like, "What are you calling it back for?"
Was it the foul?
Yeah.
So that wasn't a foul. There was not a fucking foul.
It's like he clearly wins the ball just because it's from behind. He wins it. Rashford's in there. He could go kill the game off, and then the ref's like, "No, bring it back."
Stupid decision.
Give Crystal Palace a set piece. Not only to mention that, the added time as well. 6 minutes. Was it 6 minutes added time? And it was ended up in the 99th minute by the time he blew the whistle, and it's just like
also the VAR decision for the penalty, the fact that it took him that long and then he had to be convinced to go over to the screen to look at it is insane. It took like 4 minutes to make this decision. The guy had his hand up here and it hit him in the hand. It should be just penalty, done. Why is it taking that long? And then the VAR's told him to go have a look. Like it's so stupid. Like it is absolutely ridiculous.
Big up the crowd as well, because obviously we weren't at the game, but fuck me, you could hear them through the speakers when in my earphones. Every time the ball went out, they was like, "Come on!" Like screaming, and Ten Hag was amping him up as well. That was a crazy game. It definitely wasn't like the one where we played him at Selhurst Park. No. It was just completely opposite to that. It was fire everywhere. But all things considered, we get the job done eventually. A very nervy end to it. Mm-hmm. You know, we discussed before we went live. You've had Liverpool who have lost today 3-0, which is just great. You love it, always love it when Liverpool are losing. You've had Arsenal lose to Everton today.
Shocking.
They drop points.
That's a shocking result. That Sean Dyche, man.
Love it.
Tarkowski as well. Like there could have been a more Sean Dyche. I don't know why I went that way. there could have been a more dicey scorer than Tarkowski, could there?
Do you know who crossed it as well?
Who?
Dwight McNeil.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Yeah. McNeil into Tarkowski. Get your head on it. Straight in. Love that.
Engnoy, David, guys, was that really a red card for Casemiro? There was no push or pull either by him. I don't think it was the shove, Engnoy. I think it's the hands around the throat. Just that. If you put your hands around a player's throat, that's it. It's a red. It doesn't matter if he shoves him or he grabs it or whatever. If you put your hands around that area, that's it. Like, that's all you get.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm looking to take this from a positive note. Like, I know Casemiro got sent off. He's going to miss the Leeds game and the Leicester game. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst game. It's not
he's not missing the Liverpool game, and he's not missing Barcelona.
Yeah, and he's going to be fresh for the final as well, by the way. Yeah. So it's not the worst thing in the world, given rotation. I think Sabitzer could do a job there, even from that little cameo we've seen him do.
Him and Fred, I think could do well. I think they would be all right.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be similar to what Casemiro does because he's irreplaceable in it, like in that sense. But you can still do a job there. I think they'd be fine against Leeds and stuff. But yeah, overall, I'm just.
Can I also just I feel so bad for Garnacho, man. Like, I feel fucking bad. Like, he got on, he's like just getting going, and he had to be subbed off because of the red card and stuff. I felt bad for him. I felt really bad for Garnacho.
He'll be disappointed. He'll be disappointed, but he'll understand. Like, Ten Hag will speak to him and he'll say, "Look, we saw out the game, mate. We won the game."
Yeah, it wasn't personal.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing personal. It's just one of them situations.
I just saw him sat. I saw him sat on the stairs at the dugout, and he just looked fucking like crestfallen.
Yeah, you will be miserable because you want game time, but you have to leave Rashford on in them situations because, like we saw, we're just touching on. There's a bit of foul there. If he wins that back, Rashford's in. You trust anyone on the planet to go and score that? It's Rashford.
For sure.
So, you justify the manager's decisions there. Have you got any comments to get into before we get to the
no,
ratings?
There's 64 people in the chat though, so please do drop some comments, drop some questions, any thoughts, feelings, etc. Like we love to interact with you guys, so please don't feel like you have to just sat there silently and watch.
Also, subscribe as well.
Yes.
Please subscribe. Let us know. We're going to go through the rating system now. It's a new rating system, fresh. A star to F for each player. And we start with the goalkeeper and David De Gea, Sam.
Didn't really have much to do, did he? Like, I don't think there was much to
do. Made one really good save from a corner.
Really good save. The goal, was it his fault, really? I don't think so. I don't think we could be at fault for the goal. So, should we say B? Because he conceded? Because it's not a clean sheet.
Yeah, for me, with David De Gea, I think it was just an average performance. I think he didn't the save probably bumps it up to a B. You're probably right in that.
Do you want to go C plus? Should we go C plus? Because you conceded.
Let's go C plus. It's like a 6.5, then, isn't it? We'll go C plus. Wan-Bissaka, I want to touch on the wing backs. In the first half, I thought they was both our best players.
Yeah,
but them two were really good.
The overlaps were fantastic. Like really good.
Constantly overlapping. Drawing into the middle when the press was on, and whenever they got the ball, because Palace are dangerous in transition and counter attacking, they'd always just nip it in the bud straight away. Boom, done. Yeah. Like the tackling was so good. So Wan-Bissaka, I'd give a B in this game again. And you're thinking, what's going to happen with Dalot?
He's back on.
He's not going to walk straight back into this team, is he?
He's back on the bench, innit? He was on the bench today, wasn't he? So. He's going to be looking now, going the first opportunity he gets where we have to rotate or something like that. He's going to have to grab it with both hands and take it and make a really good performance to reclaim that place back. Because in a minute, why would you change it? Why would you drop Wan-Bissaka? Because he's doing fantastic well. So
no, absolutely not. He's got a job on his hands now to get back in for me. I know people are quick to forget when they are sidelined and stuff, but I'm impressed with Wan-Bissaka.
That's what happens, though. That's the point of a squad. You get an opportunity either through injury or through rotation or through tactical means, and if you play well, then that's what it is. Like, I know it's not Dalot's fault that he got injured and he's been out, but it's also not Wan-Bissaka's fault that he's been played and he's done well. So it's like you have to take it the good with the bad, and that's the way it is. And that's what you want. You want squad competition. You want people fighting, going, I want that place back. That's the way you want it.
Yeah. Competition breeds success for sure. We move on to centre back partnership. Rafael Varane, Lisandro. I think Lisandro for me gets an A. I don't think Varane had as good as a game as Lisandro in my personal opinion. So I'd drop him down to a B. But again, people in the comment section, let me know what you think.
I'd go for Varane with a B plus, and then I think Lissandro gets an A-star. I thought he was man of the match,
Unbelievable,
absolutely
man.
fantastic. Did not put a single foot wrong during the game. He's back to his absolute fighting best that he was before the World Cup, and yeah, may it continue forever because the guy is absolutely fantastic.
It's funny because we was all discussing Luke Shaw when he was playing at centre back, saying maybe he's took Thingy's place now,
Not a
Lissandro's
question now,
place.
is it?
And then
Not a question.
Lissandro's come back in and gone, excuse me, mate.
Yeah,
That's my spot. Thanks, pal.
Hold my beer from the World Cup.
The World Cup.
That's mine. That's mine now.
And then Luke Shaw.
Sorry, just ignore David. Anthony really needs to start being more direct. He gets into some promising positions for a cross or through ball, drops off and pulls back, and the chance is gone. We're going to get into Anthony in a bit. Don't worry.
Definitely. Luke Shaw, again, I give similar rating to Wan-Bissaka, maybe even a B plus, maybe slightly better than Wan-Bissaka.
Well, he got the assist. He got the assist in for the Rashford goal, so you got to push him up a little bit.
Yeah, and it just his anticipation, his reading of the game, physicality, tackling, just on point today. Just first to every single ball whenever it came near him, proactive every time he got it, ran up the pitch, linked up with Rashford, really nice.
Roberto Carlos, isn't it? He's back to the Roberto Carlos levels.
Bombing up and down. Yeah. And he's keeping that level of consistency now as well, which is nice to see. Sometimes you see these purple patches from Luke Shaw and then he goes missing.
Or he'll have those moments where he has his lapse of concentration and he switches off and he lets people in behind him and stuff like that. But he hasn't done that for a long time. Like, I've not seen it. I've watched his game and he's not done it for a while. And I think it helps having people like Lissandro and Varane next to him because he knows they'll cover if he's going forward. And he knows that Casemiro drops back if needs be as well. So he knows he has that cover, so he's able to get forward, so he's more confident with his play. So I think B plus because he got the assist. I thought he was really good.
Like we touch on all the time, Sam, having that platform of Casemiro, Lissandro, Varane just gives all the players who are in that team just go forward, don't worry about it.
We got it.
We've got this shit covered. Speaking of Casemiro, what did we give him? Because he was having a Casemiro performance, really doing well, winning his tackles. Missed the odd pass, read the game a little bit weird at times, which you do get slight lapses in concentration with him. But that red card really could have. Luckily, we got the win, but it could have been detrimental to us, couldn't it? So
it's stupid.
What did we give him?
It's a stupid decision. I thought he was having a decent. I thought up until that point he was having a C plus B minus performance up until that point, and then he got sent off. So I don't know.
It's hard to rate.
It's hard. Do we give him a C minus or do we give him a D? Do we give our first D? This would be our first D, I think.
Nah, I don't think it's a D. But I think C. Just give him a C because he played really good. Yeah. Well, that decision was just like it would have been a B if it's a Casemiro performance. He plays well, but because he got the red card, drops him down. I'd say. Yeah. So we'll give C for Casemiro. Obviously, his name begins with a C as well, so very fitting. Then we move on to his Brazilian partner. I've got some stats on Fred here, which are very interesting. So Fred's game by numbers versus Palace: 100% long balls completed, 85% passes completed, 59 touches, 15 out of 18 final third passes completed, 9 balls recovered, 4 out of 7 ground duels won, 3 out of 3 tackles won, and 1 key pass. That's for Fred against Thinger. So I had a really, really good performance. It was so important, especially in the last 20 minutes, where he just turned into basically Sonic the Hedgehog and just getting about the pitch, just snapping everyone. That's and putting fires out.
That's where Fred is like such a key player. When you when you got your backs against the wall and you need to hold on to a lead or you need to defend like in a winning position, and you're not getting much sort of play where you're just sort of passing about and making intricate stuff, but you're having to fight for the ball and keep all that stuff. That's where Fred's really, really good. And he does great. He's great at tackling. He's great at harassing players on the ball, getting involved, breaking play up, etc. He's absolutely phenomenal. And like you said, he showed it in the last 20 minutes. I'd give him a B. I thought he was really, really good. And he could have scored as well. Almost scored as well. So,
happy with that. Then we move on to Bruno Fernandes, who obviously got his goal from the penalty. Looked on it again in the first half, but then I just kind of stayed steady for me throughout the full game. Didn't, weren't really shit, but weren't really amazing at times, just doing his job. Like, especially, we know the work rate we get with him off the ball, but I don't know, I'd probably just give him a C+. I didn't think he was, special at all in any facet.
Good penalty, well taken penalty. And then second half, he just kind of disappeared into the game. really. And then obviously after the red card, he wasn't able to influence the game as much as possible that he normally would do in that sort of position when you've got 11 men on the pitch. So yeah, I'd go with a C plus just because he got the penalty. Eggnog David, Casemiro must hate to play against Crystal Palace. Played both games, get suspended for both of them. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Got suspended for the Arsenal game against last time we played him, and now he's suspended for 3 games. So yeah.
And Bruno scored last time we played Palace as well. He scored again.
Bad juju for Crystal Palace. Aaron Gregory, Casemiro gets a nice rest before the final, and the games he misses, I'm not too worried. Yeah, exactly. Eggnog David, that's not a rest, that's a vacation. People are taking it well.
That's what I mean. It's in all things. Look, if we wouldn't have brought Sabitzer in, I think maybe people might be a little bit more worried. But I think he can, from judging from what I saw, I think he can do a job there, and I won't mind him playing there at all with Fred, because both of them have got the right kind of characteristics for that.
Yeah. Liza Rami, United start killing games off my heart. Can't take it. I'm texting from the ICU. I hope you're not actually in the ICU, like, mate. If you are, like, I hope you're all right, and I hope you get well soon. If you are actually in the ICU, maybe not watch United in the ICU. It's not good for your health, especially mate.
Turn it off in the 60th minute if that's the case.
But yeah, if you are in the ICU, I hope you're well, mate. Like, get well soon, please do. And he also he added Casemiro misses 3 games. Zabriskie, I think he means Sabitzer, comes in, good timing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Aaron Gregory, he could join Martial on his year-long vacation.
Slander on Martial's name.
Chivy's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, sticking with forwards. Anthony, I thought similar to Bruno. Obviously, Bruno got his goal, so it kind of puts his raping up. But Jesus Christ, didn't mean to say that. Yeah. Apologies. Yeah. I meant to say rating. Yeah. You know I meant to say rating there. Wow.
Clip that.
No, do not clip that. Do not clip that. Jesus Christ. Slip of the tongue there, of course. Anthony, C plus, what C? What do you think? Just talk to me about his performance, because I had people in the comment section saying, I'm sick of him, blah, 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 whatever. But I actually like some of the things I saw from him. Maybe I'm watching a different game, I don't know, but
he's 50-50. Like, he has some moments where he does some really good stuff on the ball, just sort of grabs hold of the game and stuff like that. Some decent shots from outside the box, which is all good. But I can't remember he mentioned it in the comments earlier, but he'll run, like, have a free run. You got the ball out on the right, and he'll have a free run at the fullback, and he'll stop, and it just kills the attack, and he does it time and time again. And then also he'll get the ball, and he'll have space to run at a defender and stuff, and instead he'll just stand there and he'll like do little feints and then just pass it backwards, and it does my fucking head in. Like, it's really starting to grate on me, and I think it's just, I think we need to remember he's young, he's a winger, he's going to be inconsistent, and it's his first season in the Premier League, so we do need to give him time and chance. And obviously, like you just mentioned, then Sancho is waiting in the wings, so maybe
quite literally,
maybe that's it. We need to drop him for a little bit just to sort of get that into his head that he needs to do more on the ball. Like, he's doing good things, like you mentioned, but for me, he's frustrating the life out of me. But I get it, because Ronaldo frustrated the life out of me when he first came in. Nani had me pulling my hair out at times with the stuff he used to do. So yeah. I think it's just it's a matter of time before he comes good. But yeah, he is frustrating. For me, he'd be a C minus. I don't think he was good at all.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I think it's the striker next to him as well as a C minus. And Vegas was pretty poor today.
Not a great game.
Yeah, just wasn't involved at all. Maybe that's why he was a bit upset when he was coming off, because he realised he played pretty shit. Wasn't effective at all. Had a few good. I think he had a good opportunity. I don't know if he headed it.
He had the overlap where he crossed the ball in for Fred to almost score. Yeah, didn't he, with Rashford who played the ball. I think that's all I really remember.
Yeah, dropping in sometimes, but you need more from your number 9. I kept saying throughout the full match, I was like, if we've got a killer number 9 in this game, we see this game out straight away. If we've got an Osimhen, a Sesko, or someone in that mid, I think they go kill that game off. That's
going to be the priority in the summer, isn't it? Number 9. That has to be. It doesn't matter. Even if it's 70, 80 million, you're just going to have to puck it up and spend it, I think.
It's got to be done. And it was nice for the manager to recognise that, because he took Vegas off, moved Rashford centrally,
Yep.
and then that's where Rashford got his goal from. So big up Ten Hag for that.
Yep.
And I would give Rashford, in terms of his rating, I'd give him a B, because again, had some had some good bits where he's running at players, but he's not really heavily involved in the game.
No.
I feel like Rashford, he just scores, doesn't he? Like, he always scores, but like, he's never fully involved in the game.
Haaland's the same way though, isn't he? Like, Haaland doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't touch the ball for most of the game. Like, sometimes he'll drop deep when he gets a bit frustrated, but for the most of the game, he doesn't touch the ball. The only time he touches the ball is the couple of touches he takes before he strikes it and hits it into the back of the net, and that's all he's there for, and that's all he's gonna do. You're gonna take it out if he's scoring goals consistently, winning games. I'm all right with that. I'm fine with that. And yeah, I think he's developing into a serious striker. He's doing really well. And I think if Martial can't be fit, I think the worst thing we could... It's not the worst thing we could do. You can have Sancho on the left, Antony on the right, or Sancho on the right, Garnacho on the left with Rashford down the middle, and then Weghorst is your option if Martial isn't gonna be fit.
You know what? He got an assist as well, didn't he? I just forgot, because of the handball with...
Oh, yeah.
With the penalty, so I might bump it up to a B+ there, because he's got, I think, 19 goals in all comps now, 9 assists as well. Like, he's getting nearly double figures in both goals and assists. Like, he's becoming a really important player for us, isn't he?
He scored what was it? Is it 11 goals in the last 12 games?
Something like that along the lines.
Stupid thing. Eggnog David, Anthony's off the ball work is good, but needs to be direct and add more to his game, especially on the counter. Yeah, I totally agree, mate. And then lies around me. I think it'd be better if we moved Anthony central, like Salah. Klopp moved him more central. I don't know if that'd be the answer with Anthony. I think that's it's not his game. I think we all said about Sancho, and he played in the 10. I think he has more attributes that lend itself to a central sort of player, like a 10 and stuff. I don't think Anthony has that. He is a winger for all intents and purposes. An inverted one, but he's a winger. And then Aaron Gregory, I'm going to see more of Lindelof in the number 6 role now. Possibly. Casemiro's out for 3 games. We might see it at some point. I'd be more happy with Sabitzer and Fred, personally, but we could...
played that.
Yeah.
In the Bundesliga, I think he's played more games as like a 6 or an 8 than he has as a 10. So he knows that role. He knows how to play it. He plays a bit of Fred and Bruno. I think we'll be fine.
I'd go with that.
Yeah. If you want to put Lindelof there, Ten Hag trust him to play there, then I trust Ten Hag to do whatever he wants. But I personally would prefer Sabitzer there. Yep. Judging from what I saw today, I thought he looked decent when he came on. Nearly created an opportunity for Rashford to go in and score. So
should have. We should have scored. That referee decision was ridiculous.
Yeah. Let us know if you agree with our ratings. Again, the incidents in the match. Talk to us about that. Lissandro's performance, Casemiro, red, the goals, everything. A game full of events. And yeah, we've got games coming thick and fast, like, as we keep saying. Leeds on Wednesday. No Casemiro for that, but it is at Old Trafford. So yeah, we'll have a preview for that game, of course. Tomorrow we'll have a show for you. Still just trying to decide what to do with that.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Could be something special coming for tomorrow. And then, yeah, like always, we'll have the schedule out on Monday. So make sure you smash a like on the video. Subscribe to our channel. We're trying to push it up to 1,200 subs. But we're on, what are we on at the minute?
1,115.
So, yeah. So however many of these are in the chat, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that red button to support us. And there's content every single day. We're live every night. And make sure you drop us a follow on socials as well: Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
There's one last question for Megdon David. Was really anticipating Sabitzer to start today and get some minutes. What are your thoughts on Sabitzer and his 17 minutes of game time today?
I mean, yeah, briefly touched on it then. Thought he looked aggressive, looked like on it, focused. That's the main thing, because he came on, was just, it was used to the pace of the game. Didn't really seem like he was lapsing anywhere. Good on the ball, very reactive at times when he got it. It was just nice little flicks around the corner. So I thought it looked promising. You can only judge so much off like you said, a 17-minute cameo, whatever it was. And given the circumstances that he was in with 10 men, it's hard to really flourish and that kind of thing. But he still looked good, so that's props to him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I thought he looked aggressive. Like you said, he put one on a Crystal Palace player as soon as he came on, which always into that. So good passing. Almost had an assist with that Rashford chance. Probably should have done if the ref hadn't called it back. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him play more, and we're probably going to see him play a lot more now. And we didn't think we might not have done had Casemiro not done what he did. Like, we probably wouldn't have seen him start the next couple of games, and now we probably are going to see him start. So it'd be good to see him, but good to see him get some, like, at least 3 games underneath his belt and see what he can do. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Like we said, we know he's going to get plenty of game time, so he won't be worried about that. Just to let you know, Newcastle are 1-0 up, by the way. He scored within the first 2 minutes.
Jesus
so
Christ.
they're 1-0 up against West Ham. So, yeah, it's a good job we got that win. Capitalised on quite a few teams around us. And still positive, like I said at the start, Ten Hag, first manager to get to 25 wins out of any manager for United, which is an incredible stat. Rashford scoring in consecutive games, our 12th or 13th win at Old Trafford consecutively, I believe, as well. So things are looking good for us. It's the first one of a big run of games, and it's Leeds next on Wednesday. So we'll see you for the show tomorrow, guys. Sunday social. Unless you got anything to add, Sam, we're ready to go.
Thank you for everybody who's come out in the chat. We had like about 60 odd people in the chat. Hopefully all of you subscribed when you were in the chat.
Yeah.
So please do consider doing so. Like the video, and like Nick said, follow us on all the socials. Some really good stuff on there. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. So please do keep your eye and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Just keep your eye on it.
Yeah, for sure. See you later, guys. Take care.
Peace.